Hello, dear friend. Stoicism, a seemingly ancient philosophy, but turns out to still exist silently in modern life. In the modern world, humans are faced with countless adversities and pain that break our hearts. COVID-19 pandemic has brought unprecedented challenges, forcing many people to quarantine, lose jobs, and even lose loved ones. The pain of loneliness, anxiety about the future, and economic insecurity shake the foundations of our lives. Many people feel lost, trapped in helplessness and despair. Giving up greed, looking deeply into yourself, and creating your own happiness without dependence or expectation on external factors. That is the way people who follow Stoicism practice every day. Have you ever tried applying this philosophy to your life? Please share your thoughts and experiences in the comments section below. Don't forget to like and follow our channel for more useful information about Stoicism and how it can help you overcome adversity. But what do you know about this school of thought? We will find out together soon. First, you must understand what is Stoicism. Stoicism is one of the philosophical schools of ancient Greece, founded in the 3rd century BC. This is considered a doctrine that helps people have a happy and good life. At the same time, it is also a principle of people, helping them overcome all pain and accept reality. Stoicism was created by philosopher Zeno of Citium. This is a small branch of human moral philosophy that honors and emphasizes the role of morality in major decisions in human life. He commented that people can only be happy if each person knows how to cope with suffering and accept all the sadness of reality. The Greek philosopher also said that humans are social creatures, so suffering in the face of adversity and difficulties is normal, but the way they know how to accept the so-called inherent nature will tumpi. Make yourself more comfortable and happier. If people want to be happy, they must cultivate their good qualities and ignore all unnecessary negative emotions in life. Nowadays, as life develops more and more, people are more and more caught up in frivolous passions such as fame, money, power, status, or even lust. They also gradually forget the lasting values inherent within every human being. Only present values can make people happy in the long run. No material things can do that. Stoicism is a school of philosophy from ancient Greece. Stoicism is said to make people more loving, positive, and optimistic in life. Look at all negative events in a lighter, more pleasant way. People who follow this philosophy will never let excess negative emotions get in the way of their happiness and success in life. People who follow Stoicism will know how to regulate their emotions and thoughts in harmony with all natural circumstances. They don't force themselves to always be happy, but they also don't let sadness overwhelm them for too long. They know how to treat everything fairly and realistically, not biased, emotional, or indulgent. Stoicism helps people feel more alert and wise when looking at everything from the value hidden inside, not the outside cover. They believe that a person's value should be assessed through their morality and behavior, not their appearance, face, or voice. Stoicism is simply understood as a view of life in which people will look within themselves instead of focusing on external factors. Specifically, the school divides things and events in life into 3 main groups. Uncontrollable group. These are the thoughts, actions of other people, and natural factors. Rain, storm, thunder, lightning. The group can control their own attitudes, actions, thoughts, beliefs. The group has partial control. Jobs and activities that involve the subject and many other people. The Stoics' point of view is to disregard Group 1, focus attention on Group 2, and make specific plans for Group 3. Thanks to this extremely special life motto, they always know what they want. Whatever you need, focus on practicing valuable qualities to cope with difficult. Especially, no matter what happens, always accept it with a calm and resilient mentality. Some famous people who follow this doctrine include Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius, philosopher Epictetus, playwright Lucius Annaeus Seneca. What is the most basic tenet of Stoicism? The inherent core principle of Stoicism is to accept all realities and operating principles of nature. They should just be happy and think positively about every problem that occurs. Everything has its own cause and solution. The important thing is to always maintain a peaceful mind, not disturbed by surrounding chaos. Every person has their own concerns. Life always goes with the flow of nature, and what goes around comes around. When unwanted things happen in life that cannot be resolved or controlled, people who follow Stoicism will immediately let go and happily accept reality. People are better than each other in knowing how to recognize and solve their internal emotional problem. The principle of Stoicism is to help people use their strong and resilient personality to limit negative emotions, causing people to feel sad and in defeat. The inherent core principle of Stoicism is to accept all reality. In a famous book called The Enchiridion, author Epictetus shared an overview of human life divided into 3 parts, and then also how Stoicism begins to face the problems of life. Group 1 includes thoughts and behaviors that can be controlled. Group 2 is one of the jobs that involve the contribution of others, and you can only control a part of it. Group 3 is the weaknesses. Factors that belong to nature and that belong to others cannot be controlled. According to the most basic principles of Stoicism, what people should do to make themselves happier and happier is to pay attention to Group 1, ignore Group 2, and prepare for Group 2. 3. Because people themselves cannot control everything around them and often tend to be miserable and disappointed about negative things that suddenly happen. Importantly, Stoicism helps people know that the core of life operates according to natural laws, and that it is inherent that we must accept what belongs to us. When we ourselves understand the value and basic principles of this theory, we will know how to control our emotions and adjust ourselves to suit nature. People should know how to handle emotions so as not to let emotions of anger and jealousy control their thoughts, as it will seriously harm their psychology as well as the quality of relationships in life. Once people believe and follow Stoicism, they need to set principles in their behavior. Absolutely do not make decisions based on emotions, nor let your emotions and compassion control you. The important thing to remember is to be strong and decisive with all the storms and challenges that arise unexpectedly. Advantages and disadvantages of Stoicism. Everything in life has 2 sides, and so does Stoicism. The important thing to remember is that the person using it needs to know how to harmonize and balance emotions in personal life. If you overuse its advantages, you will become a subjective and insensitive person. And if you focus too much on its shortcomings, life will not be fun and happy. So what are the advantages of Stoicism? Increase the ability to adapt to all suffering. By using Stoicism, people will be able to practice courage and fortitude to face trials and hardships. When challenges come, people no longer feel afraid and accept things that need to come to them with a more positive and optimistic mindset. Especially, they will not let those negative things affect them. Stoicism also shows people that nothing makes us more sad than ourselves. Therefore, they confide and comfort themselves, thereby being ready to accept the challenges that come in life. Look at everything around you positively. The way to make things light is for Stoics to direct themselves towards the best and most positive things. For example, they do not avoid emotions but know how to look at everything in a profound way, with the right reason, and from there they are no longer sad, but calmly solve it. All conflicts in human emotions are obvious, but Stoics always know how to control emotions very well. They know how to get rid of unnecessary negative thoughts and strongly look straight at the core of the situation to find a solution. Control time well. Time is very important because every moment that passes cannot be regained. Therefore, Stoics value time and know how to take advantage of it to do important things. In life, there are many things to worry about. We cannot waste time and should pay attention to more worthy things. Stoics do not let their time be wasted by useless, unnecessary things, so they always observe to be able to see the real problem and not let time pass meaningless. They know how to manage it to the maximum, as well as limit themselves from losing focus because of unworthy things that affect their lives. Stoics don't let their time be wasted on useless things. Increases emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence, EQ, plays an important role in controlling and regulating personal emotions and thoughts. People who pursue Stoicism are able to develop their EQ through practice, from which they are able to regulate their emotions effectively, leading to positive and correct behavior. People with high EQ often demonstrate the ability to handle problems wisely and are able to allocate and control difficult situations. This skill helps them solve all challenges effectively, and they know how to prioritize important work to avoid wasting time. Stoicism not only enhances EQ but also makes people more flexible in managing negative emotions. It helps eliminate frustration, anger, rivalry, and jealousy, facilitating a positive mood and focus on the important and necessary things in daily life. Work hard to complete your goals. Stoicism helps people practice the ability to prioritize work, thereby becoming more focused and diligent in pursuing goals. Stoics are able to let go of negative emotions and pay attention to things that are not under their control, helping them save time and energy for important things. They always try their best to achieve their set goals, never giving up in the face of difficulty. They focus on things that are meaningful and have a positive impact on their lives, always calm and enthusiastic at work. This helps them lead a positive and motivated life. What about disadvantages? Stoicism, in addition to its advantages, also brings disadvantages that affect people's lives, although its nature and core purpose are not like that. Therefore, Stoics need to know how to apply this doctrine intelligently so as not to subject themselves to negative consequences. Highly competitive. People who emphasize Stoicism also have moments where they appear very arrogant and competitive. This is not because they are naturally evil or selfish, but because their personality often brings toughness and determination to every situation. Their relentless efforts to achieve their life goals have gradually turned them into aspirational people who always want to lead. People who focus on Stoicism often have sharp minds. Sometimes, they can become overly competitive and narcissistic. Their constant desire for high achievement and excellent results can cause them to sometimes impose unnecessary pressure on themselves, which leads to negative effects in their personal relationships. Sometimes considered insensitive. Many Stoic people have been considered emotionless people. Because their emotional control is so great, they sometimes react too calmly to an event, which makes people around them think that they are emotionless. When they should be sad or angry, the Stoic still maintains a calm attitude and emotions, which makes others feel extremely uncomfortable. Stoics can be accepting and positive in the face of all events, but this sometimes causes them to become rigid and inflexible. They look at things realistically, so they are no longer too surprised by the results. This makes them strangely calm, even scary. Many Stoic people have been considered emotionless people. Source: Canva. Pressure to succeed. Stoics are not only highly competitive, but they are also easily pressured by the expectations they set. Because we expect everything to follow our wishes and want ourselves to be the best version, we unintentionally put more pressure and stress on ourselves. Stoics always work hard to achieve their own goals, but sometimes they cannot control it, causing themselves to run out of energy. These people always feel stressed, tired, and pressured, and only want their work to bring success and clear results. Misunderstandings about Stoicism. Although Stoicism brings many benefits to people, helping them have a strong and calm mind in the face of all life's difficulty. But it also makes many people misunderstand that this doctrine is not as good as it appears. Some misunderstandings about Stoicism. Stoic is separate from the world. Many people misunderstand that it is indifference to the redundant things around life that makes us become isolated from the world. Because Stoics always want to focus on the things that are truly important and necessary for their lives. They don't want to be distracted by other things. They are often not affected by things that are not important to them. So sometimes that makes them misunderstood as preferring to isolate themselves from the world around them. But in fact, Stoicism shows that people should recognize and live in harmony with natural life to better understand key issues. Stoic is emotionless and cold. Stoicism often misunderstood as a cold, indifferent lifestyle. Everyone thinks that people who follow this theory always stay calm and carefree about everything, even negative things. They never show their emotions and don't seem to care about anything. However, that is not the case. Stoicism does not teach people to be emotionless, but only helps people control their emotions effectively. They also know that negative emotions can harm them. so they try to stay away from these emotions. Stoicism is often misunderstood as a cold, indifferent lifestyle. Stoic is harsh and selfish. Stoicism is often misunderstood as a doctrine that makes people harsh and selfish. However, this is only a one-sided perspective. In essence, Stoicism aims to help people become tougher and stronger in the face of difficulties and challenges in life. Stoicism teaches people to practice discipline and principles for themselves, to always aim for healthy and positive values. Stoicism also promotes understanding and love for everyone around you, not just living for yourself. As the ultimate goal of Stoicism is to aim at human virtue, behavior, and inherent morality. Stoic means getting whatever you want. The notion that Stoics are effortless people who rely solely on fate is a misconception. In fact, Stoics always try their best to achieve their goals. They do not hesitate when encountering difficulties and hardships, and can even endure all pressure until they run out of energy. Just like normal people, to achieve their desires, Stoics must also work hard and make effort. However, they always know their own abilities, so they do not try to achieve things that are beyond their reach. They only focus on what they consider important and necessary. Question is, how to practice Stoicism? Practice Stoic philosophy. Follow these guidelines. First is to clearly define control over all things and events, what is within reach and what is beyond control. From there, focus your energy on solving problems that you can change, and at the same time learn to accept things that are considered inevitable and cannot be directed according to your own wishes. The second is practicing mindfulness. Stoic philosophy sows seeds in each person's awareness, then reaches out to influence and create changes in each person's emotions, psychology, and actions. So to practice this theory, you need to learn how to recognize and respond to your own irrational desires, beliefs, and fears. Practicing mindfulness is one of the practices of the Stoics. Accordingly, the Stoic will practice himself using mindfulness, specifically as follows. Imagining adversity, anticipating the worst that will happen, will help them appreciate more what they have and mentally prepare solutions to cope with bad situations. Cultivate gratitude. Remember that good things come to you not by chance, but thanks to the kindness and favor of those around you. Always be grateful and find ways to give back when the opportunity arises. Love your destiny. Learn to love and accept your destiny, but not in the negative sense, giving up, but resiliently overcoming challenges. Stoicism sounds abstract and far-fetched by name, but in essence, this school of thought is highly practical and brings many positive values to those who practice. And if you also like this philosophy, let's start and see how it works.